Welcome to the NTN Nightly. I'm Nisha Charles. This edition's top stories. Some 70,000 airline seats have been secured for the UK market. An adult literacy program is being implemented in communities across the island. A plastic recycling project launches in Saint Lucia. All that plus the latest in youth development, sports, and the NTN Nouvelle Arqueo. The government of Saint Lucia has expressed deep concern as the country, along with other Caribbean islands, stand to be affected by the United Kingdom's decision to leave the European Union, more commonly known as Brexit. Government is already taking proactive measures to mitigate any potential negative impact from the move. Already, government has secured an additional 70,000 airline seats from another British carrier. Janelle Norville has the details.
The government of Saint Lucia remains vigilant in the face of Brexit. Minister for Tourism, Information and Broadcasting, Culture and Creative Industries, Honorable Dominic Fady, speaking at a press conference on Thursday, explained that tough economic times were ahead given the UK's move to exit the European Union. The Tourism Minister disclosed that the government has already begun taking the necessary steps so as to mitigate the negative impacts of the move.
In tough economic times, there are significant impacts, negative impacts, that will be derived from short or long-haul travel. People may be tempted to go to destinations in closer proximity and other cheaper places to go to. So we have to really watch the UK market. One of the things we're trying to do proactively is that we're spending an extra $1 million already to help to stimulate further demand from the UK, so that we will be in a position to try our best to avoid this blow being a big blow. So that is a big plan, to increase marketing, increase the airlift capacity, and to work with our hoteliers to make sure that we maintain our numbers from the UK market.
The UK market remains a great concern for the government. Not too long ago, Virgin Atlantic indicated its intention to pull out from Saint Lucia in June 2020 if the government does not agree to a $20 million subsidy over a period of 3 years. While the government and the airline remain in discussions, the tourism minister indicated that another British airline has agreed to provide 70,000 more seats.
1,000 seats will add to an estimate which we have done, which suggests that we have 18,000 seats in unused capacity from UK carriers coming to St. Lucia. It means, therefore, that we're very close to closing the Virgin gap, or we're very close to closing any shortfall that may have come about by the reduced seats coming from the planned Virgin Atlantic departure from our destination. Now, 10 months out, this is really good news. We are well ahead of schedule in terms of ensuring that we cushion the blow as much as possible.
Year-to-date figures reveal a decline of 15% in the UK market. However, tourism officials are optimistic that there will soon be a turnaround due to the measures that are being put in place. For the Government Information Service, I am Janelle Norville.
The Department of Education, Innovation and Gender Relations, in collaboration with the government of Cuba, has begun implementing the Yes I Can program in communities across the island. Yes I Can is a youth and adult literacy program that has been implemented in over 30 countries and has impacted over 6 million people. The program was launched in Canaries on July 7, 2019, with a second cohort recently launched in Miku. Anicia Antoine reports.
The 4-month program is geared towards educating both youth and adults who did not complete primary and secondary schooling. Acting Director of Innovation within the Department of Education, Innovation and Gender Relations, Lynelle Malzer, stated that the program concurs with the government of St. Lucia's vision for 2030.
Whether you can read or write does not prevent you from making a WhatsApp phone call now. But what it will do, it will allow you now, if you have a small business, to be able to do more than just a WhatsApp phone call, but to put a status message to say that my fresh cakes are ready. It will allow you to do more than just say hello, but now you can design your little poster and let persons in your community and outside of your community know that you are ready to engage in business. You will not be as dependent on other persons, and you will have greater trust in other persons in your community, as you know when you interact with material, you know what it means.
Merle James, who is a facilitator of the program, expressed her contentment with the initiative taken by the Ministry of Education.
I am so happy that, some of them, that they are dropouts. They do not have the level of education that they need. But I am so happy that at the ending of the program that they will have the opportunity to at least see themselves working at a graduation ceremony. I am just so excited about the Yes I Can program, and I only hope that the participants are just as excited as I am.
Why I am in that program is that I have not finished learning yet, because I'm doing small business and I need to know more so that I could handle my business more. In life is success, and if you're not success, you're down in the journey. So when I heard about it, I was late, but I request somebody to do it for me, and then they said I could come in today. So that is why I'm here, so I could learn more and I could help myself more in life, because without an education, you cannot go anywhere.
The program commenced on the 6th of August and will culminate in November. From the Government Information Service, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
Environmental stakeholders from the public and private sectors in Saint Lucia lent their support and expertise towards the successful launch and two-day workshop for the Replast OECS project, an initiative that seeks to create a sustainable economic model for the management and recycling of plastic waste in the Caribbean. The two-year pilot project, implemented by Unite Caribbean, will be carried out in Saint Lucia and will focus on testing approaches and systems for setting up a plastic waste collection and recycling scheme through export from Saint Lucia to Martinique. Senior Project Manager for the Unite Caribbean Saint Lucia office, Felix Finisterre, highlighted the opportunity for OECS Islands to supply the EU-funded industrial plant in Martinique.
It's intended to be a pilot project for the OECS, targeting used PET bottles to be collected at the community level and then to have a process of exportation to a plant in Martinique. Just 43 kilometers away in Martinique, there's a Sidra plant which is operating way below capacity, and this is because of a shortfall in the supply of raw materials. Even if they are collecting all the PET bottles from Martinique, from the French Antilles, from Guyana, and from Guadeloupe. So the idea is if we could pilot this project for the next 2 years in Saint Lucia, glean some lessons, write up some best case studies, and so we could now replicate it in the other OECS countries.
Head of the OECS Environmental Sustainability Cluster, Chamberlain Emmanuel, reiterated the growing concern of plastic pollution and commended the OECS initiative as it seeks to provide the region with an avenue to responsibly manage and dispose of plastic waste.
The issue of plastic pollution is one that concerns all of our member states, and of course the Commission is always looking for opportunities and means to help our member states on their priorities. We have an opportunity with this Replast project to be able to design a methodology, a template to allow member states to work the collection of plastic and up to the recycling of it, and engage in member states, the private sector, and other NGOs and CBOs.
Business Development Officer at the National Solid Waste Management Authority in Antigua and Barbuda, Jennifer Joseph, shared her experience as a part of the plastic bag and styrofoam ban process in Antigua and Barbuda and reviewed several lessons learned during the workshop.
I think a lot of the issues that we would have anticipated in Antigua, a lot of them have been overcome already. And it's just a matter of just implementing those things right now. So I think it's a good start. I'm actually thinking about, when I go back, having that conversation with my persons that I work with and the management team that I work with to start implementing something in Antigua. So eventually when it comes to our shores, we will be ready. So it's a situation where we can learn from each other and we're willing to share our best practices. I mean, coming into Saint Lucia and doing a project like this, there are going to be new challenges that are being faced, and we can also learn from, the persons here in Saint Lucia.
The Replast OECS project is funded primarily by the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs through its Saint Lucia-based embassy to the OECS and Barbados, with support from the government of Saint Lucia, the OECS Commission, the private sector, and the civil society in Saint Lucia. And this is the NTN Nightly. Ryan O'Brien is up next.
The world's climate is changing, and that affects all of us. Storms are becoming increasingly intense. Periods of intense drought and heavy rain stress farm animals and destroy our crops. Higher average ocean temperatures kill our coral reefs and change the migratory patterns of fish. Saint Lucia contributes only 0.0015% of global greenhouse gas emissions, but is doing its part, along with countries around the world, to reduce the emissions that are warming our world and changing our climate. These efforts are called mitigation. But decades of emissions have already changed the climate, and the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere today will increase average global temperatures even more. We need to adapt, that is, do everything we can to prepare for and respond to the actual and expected negative effects of climate change, and everyone has a role to play. We need to protect our crops, build homes that withstand storms, and keep our drains and waterways free of garbage to help us recover or bounce back from climatic events. Learn more about the Government of Saint Lucia's National Adaptation Plan and the steps you can take to protect yourself and your fellow Saint Lucians.
Welcome back. We join Ryan O'Brien for the latest happenings in youth development and sports.
I'm Ryan O'Brien, welcoming you to your update from Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News. The government of Saint Lucia is committing a significant amount of resources into sporting infrastructure. Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Chasney gave the reminder while addressing members of Saint Lucia's Winard Island Schools Games team after returning to the island Monday, following their capture of the Winard Island Schools Games Champions title when the annual event was held in Dominica.
So Soufriere is going to be the first major facility that will be opening up, which will be opening up, I think, sometime in October, where we have a AstroTurf football team, a field. We have a 8-lane track field with all the high jump and the long jump and everything else. We're going to be putting a 25-meter pool in the area. We're fixing up the basketball courts and the netball courts and the volleyball courts. And I know Dennis and I are very much looking forward to the day that we actually put down wooden courts and covered for our volleyball players.
The Prime Minister made the comments Tuesday evening while attending a reception at the Financial Administrative Center to recognize the achievement of the student athletes. Boxing coach within the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, Conrad Fredericks, is of the opinion that his current schoolboy coaching program is constantly developing and that it will assist the National Boxing Association churn out more boxing talent. Fredericks made the comments during a recent interview with the National Television Network.
I thank for the ministry that keep me working along with the schools, and it's showing that it have a program in it, it have a benefit out of it coming out of the school program. I see I getting youngsters. I have some young stars I know going to represent Saint Lucia, and next 3 to 4 years in top senior games.
Okay, tell us about the benefit for national boxing out of this program, because you're actually identifying talent, and how does this actually help the National Boxing Association in terms of getting boxers to represent Saint Lucia at the regional and international level?
Okay, well this school program is where we get. That's how I start, because when we start to have school programs. We start at the schools, 6 different schools. That's how the program start. And that's the program what grow the boxing gym. Because if one of the school program, the youngsters come to come in the gym, and those same youngsters that in the gym, they will become seniors in the time to come. Because remember, the seniors who's here, they're drifting out time to time because they're getting older. And the youngsters here, they're becoming seniors. So they have the program running so far.
Coach Fredericks is optimistic that if the program continues on its current trend, boxing talent will continually emerge in Saint Lucia. And that's your segment from Youth Development and Sports on the NTN Nightly News for this evening. I'm Ryan O'Brien.
Thanks, Ryan. Clients Assisting Clients is an initiative of a group of blind and visually impaired members of the Saint Lucia Blind Welfare Association. The group, the Saint Lucia Advocates for the Blind, was formed in January 2017 as clients felt the need to come together on a regular basis for social and recreational purposes and to discuss issues that affect blind and visually impaired persons in Saint Lucia. The group recently handed out hampers and school supplies in time for the new academic year. More in this report from Glenn Simon.
CIBC First Caribbean Bank came on board to support a social group known as the Saint Lucia Advocates for the Blind in issuing out hampers to blind and visually impaired clients of the Saint Lucia Blind Welfare Association. The Saint Lucia Advocates for the Blind was formed in 2017 out of a need to create greater social and recreational activities for blind and visually impaired persons. The group has also made presentations of hampers to the needier members among them. Last week, the group made the third such presentation under the theme Clients Helping Clients. One member of the group, Larry McCrae, who is totally blind, said the contributions came from members themselves, their family and friends, and other sponsors, and is a true example of blind people helping each other.
Because, sometimes too often a lot of people look at blind and visually impaired people and thinking like we all depend so much on other people. But we want to make a change, and we decided to come together as a group to reach out back to society.
The first activity by the group was a contribution of 5 hampers at Christmas time in 2017. And in 2018, 9 back-to-school hampers with school supplies and grocery items were given out to needy families. Isaac Edmonds, a member of the Saint Lucia Advocates for the Blind, thanked CIBC First Caribbean Bank for making this year's presentation the biggest thus far.
We have been sticking to the theme Clients Helping Clients, and again we made them happy. And now, at present, we are initiating another hamper drive, which is certainly not going to be the end of our drive, our donations. And we are very much proud to have CIBC First Caribbean on the bandwagon with us. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
CIBC's representative, Angelina Nathaniel, expressed her delight on behalf of the bank for being able to contribute to this worthy cause.
We are proud, so proud to be here today because part of our mantra is, first of all, be part of our social and corporate responsibilities. And in keeping with your theme for this year, which is clients, assisting clients, so why not? First Caribbean, yeah. So when Yazi approached us, there was no hesitation in terms of what we had to do. So we engaged staff from the other branches. We have Sufre, Fort, Richard and Rodney Bay, who gave off their love and support. And that's how we were able to hand over this beautiful packages association. Just want to say thank you for allowing us to help, to serve and be part of the community. And we give you our love, our hearts, and our support in your initiative.
Projects and Finance Officer at the Saint Lucia Blind Welfare Association, Deborah Pamphil McLean, said the SLBWA is elated with the efforts made by the group and has pledged a continued close working relationship with the Saint Lucia Advocates for the Blind.
We are happy when we hear you say clients helping clients. That is part of the work that the SLBWA has been striving to establish. Empowerment of our clients and our clients putting out the face that to take off the stereotype that blind people are helpless, as we heard earlier. So we are happy that this is happening, that the group has come together.
The group has been meeting every first Saturday in the month from 2 to 4:30 p.m. at the Saint Lucia Blind Welfare Association's building in Saint Lucia. Glenn Simon reporting.
And stay with the NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson is here with the NTN Nouvelle en Creole.
Point précaution, ek fait tout ça ou ni pour fait pour sauver de l'eau. Lave bagay sale à dans un bassin de l'eau, pas quitter de l'eau à couille. Aussi, pas quitter de l'eau à couille, l'air ou ka tire panne. Si toilet bowl ou ka kole, ou ni pou mette 10 an di de bak la.
Toilet bowl la
Ka koule, si ou ka we koule a de bowl la avant ou flush li.
un toilet bowl qui ka coulé
Ka gaspiller a chay glo. Servi a bom pito a hose pour laver motoka. Le ou ka lave had,
servi de l'eau WC pour rouser fleur.
le ou sauver de l'eau, ou ka baisser manière,
Ou ka servi tepe en man.
sauver de l'eau toutes les ou ni en chance. Ek changer toute de l'eau est pontant. Ça c'est en commission Hod Wasco.
Welcome back. We join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle en Créole.
Messieurs, Mesdames, département qui nous responsabilité pour information gouvernement Saint Lucia GIS à ce télévision nationale pays NTN qui présente Nouvelle en Créole présente Primus Hutchinson. Premier ministre honorable Alain Chasney a annoncé que le gouvernement a approché petit à petit réalité en effort pour réduire à ce crime en pays Saint Lucie. Plan gouvernement c'est pour réduire à ce crime descendre pour 45% pour l'année 2002. Selon le Premier ministre Chasney, pour abattre le crime, l'année brisée participation toute publique là. Là aussi, nous brisé en façon pour veiller pour activité crime et pour plus présence police à ces communes. Problème système justice PA, c'est un autre qui nous brisé adressé, Premier ministre l'a dit. Premier ministre Chasney fait ces points là durant une session et puis les journalistes avaient été une discussion en cabinet. Premier ministre a annoncé que le gouvernement a dépassé en hauteur de 11 millions de dollars pour établir des caméras en ville Castries. Il dit que le gouvernement a acheté 138 caméras CCTV et préparation a fait pour sa placer tout en ville Castries. Le Premier ministre a déclaré que le gouvernement a trouvé les ressources là pour faire ce qui est nécessaire. Et la question c'est pas si il s'est fait, mais il n'est pas fait. La dit tout de suite, il y a une grande présence police, en particulièrement ces places côté activité crime plus commun. Ça c'est effort gouvernement pour augmenter l'effort pour abattre et découvrir ces places-là qui toujours ni activité crime. Le Premier ministre Chasney déclare que à présent, l'union spéciale 7 police qui a passé à ces places côté qui est toujours ni problème crime. Tout ça, c'est un effort pour réduire à ce crime par 10% l'année ça là. Le Premier ministre a annoncé que l'année 40 police qui a commencé à travailler et que l'autre 40 police réserve qui a marché au Lyon en ville Castries. Et depuis l'opération ça a commencé, puis la degré d'activité crime qui a baissé considérablement. Là, il vient pour le système de justice. Le Premier ministre Chasney déclare que le problème là, ce n'est pas ces juges là, mais la capacité, c'est qu'il y a l'audience là. Le plan, c'est pour bâtir qu'il y a l'audience et qu'il y a conseil pour l'année assez activité sécurité pour ces juges-là et aussi ces jurés là aussi qu'il y a des brisés considération concernant les manières pour porter un prisonnier entré en place là et à quelle façon pour protéger tout le monde qui est présent. Le Premier ministre Chasney déclare qu'un plan pour développement cette ici, protection des citoyens, c'est un qui a trouvé un pile attention. Consiste pour agencer compétition de production en PIA, j'ai présenté une façon pour ces chefs business la PIA, particulièrement ceux qui ont produit divers articles pour vendre. Ça fait durant temps association les producteurs cette ici, qui tiennent une grande conférence qui a fait tous les années. Directeur pour concept là, Madame Fiona Hinkson, nous remarquons que pour ce business là continuer à opérer, c'est faux les chefs business ça connaître manière pour mesurer performance business yo et manière yo ka utiliser ressources yo en business là. En présentation outils ça là pour ces participants, Hinkson explique que manière yon ka mesurer façon de production différent pour manière yon qui ka mesurer pour filles. Selon Hinkson, en façon ça là on peut examiner plutôt l'opération business là, en manière qui a produit un dit profit qui a fait. Ça veut dire, manière on peut servir, travailler, ressources et ces outils qui sont nécessaires pour conduire business là. Le directeur NCPC a expliqué aussi, il est très important pour sa capacité, ces travailleurs qui est en business là, est-ce qu'il y a des gros étonnements qui sont nécessaires pour faire travail là effectivement. Le directeur exécutif pour l'association des producteurs, c'est Paul James, a vu que les outils là apportent un pile bénéfice pour ces membres là parce qu'il n'y a pas ni des gros ressources là qui les gros business à payer ni pour aider à faire ça là. James a croit que l'initiative là qui aider ces membres là pour voir à quelle manière, à bien meilleure manière, que ça produit à plus haut degré. Représentatif pour Babono, honorable Ezekiel Joseph, déclaré qu'un pile effort qu'a fait pour soulager la situation des jeunesses en ces communes qui a représenté. Honorable Joseph, qui était présent pour une cérémonie pour boot your camp pour les enfants à l'école en gare semaine passée, dit qu'il y a travaillé sur plusieurs façons pour adresser la brisée, particulièrement les jeunesses à ces communes là.
Nous sommes plus là, nous parler de ces affaires de travail. Nous avons mené ce travail pour plus sustainable travail. C'est pas short term, plus sustainable travail. Les affaires d'éducation, c'est l'autre bail. Nous parlons des affaires sport, c'est que si nous allons au Babono, Babono ça bosse à ces seules communes dans ce pays, cette ici, qui a 3 fils qui sont là, ça suit. Alright? Et puis nous avons fait l'autre fil en Gawa. Et puis nous avons ouvert fil de Bawa. So, nous avons mis l'infrastructure là pour sport. Nous avons fait courts, multiple courts sur Timon, multiple courts Kako, nous avons fait Kako pour recognize Love and Spencer. But c'est pas only cette infrastructure là, c'est ce programme là, c'est also important. Et pour ça, nous avons mis after school programme là, qui expose ces mamans là pour sport. Because, primus, when you actually, comme on dit tout à l'heure, c'est vraiment un sport by cette ici. Nous avons fait encore plaisir. Parce que nous aimons le football. Mais actuellement, football ou ça jouer là tous les mois business nous ni un pays from Babono seulement nous ni trois sports personality qui te recognize pour l'année ça les venir pour sports, right, the Kimani, Love and Spencer and Reynolds, right, so which means Babono ni shaita là, right.
Ben messieurs mesdames, ça c'est côté nous en trois bout nouvelle nous pour aujourd'hui. Je vous remercie autant pour regarder. Je vous une invitation pour jouer plus encore si Dieu conserve la vie. Nous allons présenter l'autre nouvelle à Créole. Après ça, je vais présenter Nisha.
Merci en pile, Primus. And here's a look at what's happening to us weather-wise.
Fair to occasionally cloudy skies with a few scattered showers. Moisture and instability in the atmosphere over the region will produce some showers over the islands during the forecast period. 2 tropical waves located over the central tropical Atlantic and western coast of Africa are moving westward near 12 miles per hour or 19 kilometers per hour. Tropical cyclone formation is not expected over the tropical Atlantic during the next 5 days. The tide for Castries Harbour was low at 3:21 p.m. and will be high again at 10:13 p.m. The tide for Vieux-Fort Bay was low at 4:48 p.m. and will be high again at 11:20 p.m. The sea slight to moderate with waves 3 to 6 feet or 0.9 to 1.8 meters. The sun will rise Friday at 5:49 a.m.
And that brings us to the end of the NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the Saint Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Nisha Charles.